Great job. Thank you. Next, we have Charles Darnell. He's going to read his poem from this and hopefully a couple of poems from his chapbook that's going to be released sometime in the next couple of weeks. So maybe you'll come back and see him here then. This is his second time out of 2 here. We read blind, so he must be really good.
Thank you, Tony. My poem is on page 15 if you have a copy of the Ocotillo Review and want to follow along. If you don't have a copy, they're for sale right back there on the table. We are Odysseus. We are all Odysseus, strapped to the mast, ears unplugged. We hear the call of the sirens, the promises of wealth, of leisure, of pleasure. We know the cost, but strain against these bonds. We are all Odysseus, moaning for release, cutting our flesh along the fibers of tightened rope. Blisters form under skin and burst like water over the bow. Still, we lean and curse until mislaid pity cuts us loose, and we, eager to find what will fill our emptiness, step into the sea and drown. And this is the title poem to the chapbook that Tony mentioned. Water, tongues, earth, and blood. The water moves reluctantly, unwilling to hurry past the lush banks mixed with the wild and the cultivated. Lawns run down the slope right to the edge, while across, a riot of tangled cattails and brambles arch over the bank. The sliders bask on half-sunk logs. Their cousins lurk below, snapping at their next meal. Once a ferry plowed the slow current. Cypress planks touched this brown, twisting bayou, a partnership of nature, and nature meant to man's service. Today, a steel bridge runs across, detached above, the drivers hardly aware. It rolls slowly past the memorial flame, remembers the Acadian settlers who forged a new home from desperate sorrow. A little further stands Evangeline's oak, and her statue sits looking toward the water. Her wooden shoes peek out from beneath a long skirt, still waiting for her Gabriel. The old days fade, and French with them. Hoary ghosts plead in that beautiful tongue, but only whispers in a still wind, drowned by the bustle of another busy day. I was born here. My blood is drawn from the earth of this place. It calls still, earth to blood. And one more. Time to go. I have sand grit in my thinning hair and beach tar on my feet. The wind is from the north, and I feel it's time to go. Our welcome is long worn. The gulls give a jaundiced eye, looking down from dying thermals, and the driftwood is all picked over. The moon above the bar, a dingy macrame, drunken song made the stars dance this clear, steel night. And now you look older lying there on dirty, rumpled sheets, with a fleck of dried spit in the corner of your mouth from last night's reverie. I miss you, my lover. The wine bottle rolls indifferently, the label peeled by bored fingers. Thank you.